Like a mighty cannonball she seems to fly. You'll hear about her everywhere you go. The time will come when everyone will know the name of Tessie the Tuono. Yeah. Hi diddly ho everyone. Suddenly dawned on me just earlier that I've not done a proper simple vlog for a while. I've always been recently doing things like touring series and track bike series. Well, I thought I'd better do a little vlog just to reintroduce myself to the newer subscribers who've joined me on my channel quite recently, and I'm very pleased to see you all. But I'm out today on Tessie, my Tuono, and I'm feeling exceptionally well disposed towards the girl today. It's summer, so things are looking good riding wise, and I've been getting out on her a hell of a lot. But I've made a little bit of a discovery, and it's regarding the wheelie control on this bike. Now, it's become apparent to me that the only kind of people who need wheelie control are people who can already wheelie, which isn't me. If any of you have been watching long enough, you'll know this. And if you're the kind of person who needs wheelie control because you just randomly bang open the throttle on a 170 horsepower litre bike and flip it over and crash it, then you really shouldn't be riding 170 horsepower litre bikes. So really, unless you can actually do a proper controlled wheelie, then that's what wheelie control's for, in my opinion. So as such, I experimented a couple of weeks back of turning wheelie control off. Now, before I did this, the Tuono, as lovely and lively as she was rather like when you open one of those little small Schweppes bottles of tonic water to put in your gin and cucumber. You know, the kind, you get that lovely fresh effervescent sparkle of carbon dioxide releasing, and always reminded me of the performance and pickup of this awesome bike. But since I've turned the wheelie control off, that little bottle of fizzy tonic water has now become a magnum of champagne. It has just got so much more life low down. I mean, you didn't even know it didn't have it until I turned it off, and then all of a sudden it's hard not to lift the wheel. It's constantly just hovering the wheel at like an inch off the road on acceleration, and it's just so much fun. And since I've been doing my track days on my R1, I'm really starting to relearn how to control a lot of power on a bike, so I'm really enjoying old Tessie at the minute. But anyway, so I just thought I'd give a little bit of an update and a Sitrep, situation report that is, if you're of the military mind, of what's going on at the minute. Now, I know I've been promising a touring video of Scotland when I go wild camping, but for one reason or another it's not happened yet. Considering I have lots of free time at the moment, I just never seem to have that period of free time in my diary, that like week, where I can go and not have to worry about little events popping up in my diary and things I need to be aware of, like if I've got someone who can cat sit for me, you know, my parents not away on holiday, thus rendering me liable to cat sit for them. Or does my friend not suddenly decide he's getting married to his girlfriend with a week's notice and that I'm going to be the best man? You know, little things like that that just kind of put a spanner in the works of your plans. But I will get away on Richard Parker, my Tiger Explorer. I might just do a little one night away in Wales or the Lake District or something like that, just to test out my camping gear prior to a bigger tour. So that'll be coming up. I'm also really enjoying my track riding. It's coming on leaps and bounds, even if I do say so myself, and I do say so. I just can't. If you've never done a track day on a powerful motorbike, then it's very hard to convey just how glorious a feeling it is to fully crack open the throttle to the maximum, you know, and let it rev all the way out without fear of prosecution or dangerous drivers or dangerous road surfaces or street furniture. It is just simply the only way for me to ride fast on a motorbike now is on track. Don't get me wrong, I'll still always tickle Tessie a little bit. You know, it'd be rude not to. And it's not just about riding a bike around the track, it's more than that. It's the whole experience of the track day. You know, you're there with your bike and your gear, and everyone's there with their bikes and their gear. There's engine noises, there's talk about bikes, there's discussions on corner entry speeds and braking points. It's all just really interesting, and just the kind of way I want to spend my day. But it is a little bit expensive though. You go through brake pads like nothing, you know. A £100 set of brake pads will probably last you 2 or 3 track days. Tyres, I'll probably do half the season on a set of tyres, so we're looking at 2 sets of tyres a season, and they're not, you know, they're quite expensive. But it is my new hobby, so I just have to cut back on other parts of my lifestyle. I'm also thinking, and referring back to a video I did not long after I got Tessie here, about the need for, you know, so much power on a road bike. And not that I'm any sort of immediate plans to swap Tessie, because I do love her so much, but as I've always said, I've always got one eye on my next bike. And to that end, what I'm going to do, a couple of things. I'm going to take a few more bikes out for test rides. I quite like the idea of the Triumph Daytona 675R. I keep regularly getting spanked by them on track days, just because better riders on them than me, even though I've got like 50 horsepower more. They just look like such a good bike, and I'm going to try one out just to see if one fits. And I'm also going to trying to see if I can get a test ride on one, a GSXR 750, because it's more of a what I would class as an old school sports bike. You know, they don't have any rider aids, the power's not massively excessive, although it's more than a 600. And when I was growing up, that's what sports bikes were. They tended to be 750s. I'd just like to give one a try. I've not ridden a 750 for years, not since my old Kawasaki. So I'm going to give one a test ride, just for sort of future reference, to see whether I get on with them or not. And I also want to try the Kawasaki ZX-10R, or ZX-10R as our American cousins would say. It looks like such a good bike, and its performance on track would seem sans parier. So I'm going to blag a test ride on one of them, and it's been a long time since I've ridden a Kawasaki, and I'd just like to reacquaint myself with the mark. And And I have pretty much decided that looking past the beautiful Tessie here to the future, certainly not this year, I'm going to see out the rest of summer on her and she'll be hibernating over winter, but possibly next year, I don't know, I might look at another bike. And if I do, it's going to more than likely going to be a sports bike, a full sports bike, be it like a mid capacity or a full litre bike. But what I'm going to do, and I've seen an advertisement for it, I found a supplier who will rent a BMW S1000RR for like a 24-hour period, or for a weekend if you want. And I'm just sort of thinking, again referencing back the problems I have with the nerves in my right arm and shoulder and hand, the problems I have. There just seems to be a problem with this riding configuration with your hands straight out like this, where you're leaned over with weight on them. It just gives me such real bad vibrational white finger and pains in my hands. Whereas I can spend all day on my R1 and find it quite comfy. And when I did the test ride last year on the 2015 S1000RR, I found that to be a very comfy bike indeed, and there's something about having my hands turned more inwards and more sort of like with the elbow bent. It seems to, I don't know, it seems to affect my condition less, as counterintuitive as that may be. So I'm going to rent one for at least a day and go for a big long ride and stay on the thing all day and see, like you know, for a full 24-hour period, albeit it'll be like a 4-hour gap where I sleep, but I will basically cover about 500-600 miles on one and just see how I get on with a sports bike for a day. You know, and if it's fine, then hey, you know, you never know. That Veefour or the pre-2015 R1 that I like, or the S1000RR, might just be on the cards. You never know. But anyway. So that's a little sit-rep of how things are with the life of Veefour at the minute. And once again, I do thank all the new subscribers to my channel, and I'm getting some really nice positive comments in the feedback. And you know, if only a few people out there like my stuff, then I consider it a job well done. I've said it before, I've no great intentions to be a professional motor vlogger. I don't even monetize my channel, and I've certainly got no plans to. It's just all about a little bit of a hobby for me, and if people out there find it entertaining, well, that's all the better, isn't it? And if you are new to this channel and you have enjoyed listening to my nasally waffling, then please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Always happy to see new faces on the channel. And once I get past this very annoying Citroen here who wants to do 20 miles an hour in the 30 zone, such a good bike. I will see you later. Adios.